In the meanwhile, countries across the globe are reeling with a crisis around fuel. From Zimbabwe to Mexico to France, these fuel protests are snowballing into nationwide demonstrations. Take a look at this report for more.
Angry protesters burned tires and blocked roads in major cities across Zimbabwe. The reason for their demonstration? A sharp rise in fuel prices. Over the weekend, the Mnangagwa government decided to double gasoline prices, the highest such rise in the world. The justification given that the fuel prices in the country were the lowest in the region. The government took the step citing cash shortages that have plunged the economy into disarray. But the protesters were unrelenting.
Everyone is suffering around Zimbabwe. If you put fuel, if you put food, if you put money, people will not demonstrate like this. Look at this whole world, and this is April. What about Mufombi, Mufakos, Mbare? What do you think about them? Change your mind, please.
Some 15,000 kilometers away, another newly elected president was dealing with fuel crisis at home. Mexico's President López Manuel Obrador took several major pipelines off the grid. His government has declared war on widespread fuel thefts. The government increased military protection of oil installations and began cutting supply from pipelines that have been bled for years by thieves. But the crackdown has left consumers feeling the heat. Long lines continued at gas stations in many parts of the country, with people having to wait for hours at a stretch.
No, in fact, this is the one gas station I found which had fewer people. There are too many people in the others.
Even European nations have not remained isolated from the turbulence. The Yellow Vest protests began in France with demonstrators seeking a rollback on fuel price hike. While the Macron government was quick to halt the proposed hike, the protesters snowballed into a larger campaign demanding greater social welfare measures. Over 800,000 protesters took to the streets this past weekend, demanding increased wages and a better quality of life. And as the protests raged on, President Emmanuel Macron formally launched a grand debate to try to appease the Yellow Vest movement. The consultation is expected to take place through local meetings on the internet. Different countries, different people, but one cause of outrage: fuel, that has brought these nations to boil. Bureau Report, Wion, World is One.